welcome to our club and squad review, this time for Football Manager 16. This time we will be taking a look at Chelsea. So the aim of this series, if you haven't watched the previous videos on the other clubs we've done so far, is to basically look at the club itself. So we're going to look at finances, see how much transfer budget you've got, see your wage budget. We're going to look at the boardroom, see what they want you to achieve in the first season, so you don't get sacked, because that's pretty sucky. And then also we'll go into the under-18s. So we'll have a look at any of the bright prospects there, and also the under-21s. And then we'll take a look at lastly we'll take a look at the squads, see which areas need to be strengthened, which players you might be able to sell to make some money, and all that good stuff. So it's gives you a really good basic information before you go into the new Football Manager, because as we know, every year stats change, finances change. So it's coming out 4 days. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing we'll look at when we go into a new club is always the director's philosophies on playing football. So as Chelsea, they want you to play possession football and play attacking football. That's fine. You're a good team. That's what you want to do, isn't it? Finances wise, we've got 48 million in the bank and a massive £93 million transfer budget. I think it's the biggest in the Premiership. It's definitely, we've done Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Man United. It's definitely the biggest. Wage budget of 3 million, and you're only spending 2.5, so that means you've also got 500,000 wages to play around with. So yeah, you're rolling in it. Next, we want to look at what the actual board want you to achieve this season. So in the Premiership, they are looking for top 4 position. With a good team and all that money, should be relatively easy. The FA Cup semi-final, same again. They probably don't care. Yeah, they don't care about the Capital One or the Community Shield. And the Champions League, they want you to reach quarter-final. Now, with the squad Chelsea's got, those are all definitely achievable aims, plus the fact you've got £92 million to spend. So let's have a quick look in the under-18s and see if there's any good youth prospects. I'm not going to go through all the players. I'm just going to look at the couple of best prospects and then skim through the main team. So there's not much here. In fact, so little, I'm actually going to skip this part. Yeah. There might be maybe somebody you could work with, but yes, that's not pretty, Chelsea. Obviously, in the under-21s, you've got a much better group of players. It's a large group of players. There's nobody that's standing out from the scouts, but we'll have a look into the sort of top 3 here. First up, we have Marion. He's a 20-year-old Croatian centre midfielder, box to box. He's one of those players that has like good all-round stats. One of the things to look out for when you're looking at young players is 2 stats really stand out for me anyway: determination and work rate. If those are high, he will improve. If those are not, he might struggle a bit more. The scouts love him. He's a good all-rounder. I think he could become a decent player for Chelsea. It's definitely worth keeping an eye on. I think he's 20 years old, so he's not the youngest, so I would probably loan him out for a season. He's not good enough to start, so loan him out for a season, see how he gets on and go from there, I think. Next up, we have Minaya, who's a 17-year-old Romanian right-back. Also cover at centre-back, but his heading's not great, so maybe I would consider him just a right-back. He looks like he's half-decent at left-back as well. Okay, 14 work rate, 12 determination, decent physicals. He's only 17, so definitely one that could be good in the future. Get him some game time, either from loaning out or play him in some cups, and also get him a good tutor. If he's staying with your club, get him a good tutor. You want a good tutor that's professional, that's got high determination, and he could become a quality player. I think that's pretty much it. Nathan Shabala we'll have a look at. He's a centre midfielder, defensive midfielder and centre back. He can play all the positions comfortably. He's an okay centre back. Yeah, I would probably play him as a DM, I think. Yeah, deep line playmaker is his preferred role. I don't think I'll play him at centre back, but he could cover. He's a good bench sitter. He's got decent work rate, okay-ish determination, good physicals, 20 years old. Again, he's on loan, so we'll see how he does this season and then just sort of re-go from there. That's it for the sort of youthies. Money-wise, we've got, just from value of players that are out on loan, we've got Marion, who's a decent player. He's 26, so he's got some issues with his physicals. No stamina, no strength, low balance. As a winger, these are all kind of important stats. Long shots, okay. Yeah, I'd sell him. He's worth 11 million, so I'd definitely looking to be selling when he comes back. Same with Victor Moses. I think he's a good player, but not good enough for Chelsea. And he's 24. He's not going to improve drastically, and you might be able to get a bit of money for him. Not that you need it. You've got 92 million pounds, but Patrick Bamford we'll have a quick look at. I like this kid in real life. He's a decent all-rounder. I don't think he's going to make it at Chelsea in FM, but a decent play. He'll have a good career. Might get some money for him. And lastly, we'll go into the main squad. So we'll go through each player. I won't go through into too much detail of players like Courtois. Everybody knows he's amazing. Courtois, 23 years old, 24 million, absolutely beast of a player. Keep him around for a long, long time. He will be your number one for the next 10 years. And Asmir Begovic is a great backup. You could sell him. He's worth a lot of money. You could sell him if you needed the money and replace him with somebody else. But as a goalkeeping team, you're sorted. So right back, you've got Azpilicueta, who is a great player. Can play left or right wing, fullback. 25 years old. Great player. Keep hold of him. Nice and versatile. Other right backs, we have Brenna Ivanovich, struggling in real life, but he's doing okay here. He's great stats, determination. He's 31 years old now, so he's not getting any younger. I would have him, and he's good at centre back as well. He's got all the right stats to play centre back, just as well as right back, really. So I would kind of keep him as your sort of maybe backup right back and backup centre back. Yeah, so there's only two right backs. Kurt Zouma can play right back, but not very well. Don't play him at right back. It's a mistake. Left backs, we've got Babel Rahman. Great name. Keep him for that alone. He's okay. He's 21 years old, so he's got time to develop. He's got high work rate, high determination, really good physicals, bags of pace, acceleration, decent going forward as well. So good if you're playing an attacking formation or if you're playing wing backs. I'm not sure if he's good enough for first choice in the first season, and looking at the team, the only other person that can play left back is Azpilicueta, who's probably playing right back. So I would definitely look to bring in a first choice left back, or possibly first choice right back if you want to play Azpilicueta at left back. That's up to you guys. Centre back, so there's definitely an area worth strengthening there. Centre backs, we have Kurt Zouma, who's just a beast, yeah, and only going to get better. 20 years old, absolutely keep him. Really good player. Wish he'd come to Liverpool. John Terry, absolutely ridiculously good physicals. The only thing that lets him down is, as we know, real life pace and acceleration are issues, but his mentals more than make up for that. I think he's still a quality defender in FM. You'll get another year at least out of him as your main choice. I'd probably go with Kurt Zouma and John Terry as my main centre-back partnership. And now Gary Cahill is okay, but he's not. He wouldn't be a starter for Chelsea. Play the cup games, maybe play a little bit of Champions League if you're already through, that sort of things. Or you could look to sell him while he's still got some value. He's also 29. And finally, the other centre-back is Papi. I'm not even going to go for the surname. 26 years old. He was bought in Chelsea this season kind of as a cover, I guess. Well, in FM, he's decent. He's a cover. So he'd be your sort of third choice, fourth choice centre-back for the season. So they're pretty strong. You just need a wing-back in defence. Now, into midfield, first up we have Ramirez. 28 years old, amazing physicals. He's going to run all day, 20 stamina. You don't see many 20 stamina players. Quite versatile, plays centre mid is his preferred position, but can play on the wings or drop it a little bit deeper. I think he's definitely worth keeping for another season. It's somebody you might be looking to replace. He's a ball-winning midfielder. Probably keep him. let's have a look at the others to sort of see. We've got John Obi Mikel, who I detest in real life. I can't believe he still plays football professionally, let alone for Chelsea. But in this, he's actually quite good. He can play centre mid and defensive midfielder equally well. Good all-round player. Another deep line playmaker. So I'd probably... Well, let's have a look at the other DMCMs. We've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek, in really good prospect in real life. I don't think it's quite here in the game. 10 determination, 12 rec rates. Not great. He's lacking on a few technical stats. He's 19. His physicals aren't amazing. I think I'd probably loan him out for a season at somewhere with a good training facility and hope he gets better, but I don't think he's going to cut it long term. It could potentially be sort of, you know, a squad player getting the odd game, but I definitely would loan him out for the first season. Matic, not going to go into. He is a beast. Absolute beastly, enough said. Bertrand Traore is another youngster. Very versatile, decent youngster. Not good enough for the first team, really. If you're going to play him on the wing, he needs to improve his crossing. There's issues with their long shots, vision. There's stats to work on in this. He's not a very well-rounded player. He's more about the pace. He's all about that pace. I apologise. I would loan him out for the first season. The scouts don't rate him that highly. I'd definitely loan him out, see how he does, and then reevaluate from there. Oscar, absolutely quality player. Players attacking midfield centre or a winger. Both, he does it equally well. He's got all the stats for both. We don't really need to go too far into him. Keep him around. Guadrado's an interesting one because obviously he's on loan. And although he's valued at 31 million, Juventus have a future fee of 17.85. I'd hope if I was managing Chelsea that they don't take it up because he's actually a quality player still. They haven't downgraded him too much after his bad season at Chelsea. I would definitely bring him back and play him. He's only 27. He's got a good few years left in him. Definitely one I'd keep around. Hopefully, if he doesn't go back to Juventus, stay with Juventus. Willian, 26 years old. Really versatile player. Pretty much can play anywhere in midfield. Decent player, good pacey player. Obviously, his free kick should be up. As we know, he scored 5, I think, already this season. So, definitely need to... worth playing, especially in the squad, just because of how versatile he is. That's a great sort of player to have, either playing on the bench. Eden Hazard, yeah, he's amazing. He's ridiculously amazing. Obviously, he will be your first choice. Cesc Fabregas, the assist master from last season. Really good player. Physical's lacking a little bit, I'd say. But that's it. Really good passing and first touch and decision making. So he's more than likely just going to sit in the centre mid and ping passes around. Pedro, the new signing on the wing. He's alright. He's good. It's not somebody long term, I think. Obviously, you've just signed him, so you can't get rid of him straight away. But I'll probably keep him to see how he does. It doesn't. Yeah, it's not that amazing. I might be looking to sell him maybe at the end of this season as you sort of begin to rebuild. Kennedy is another young Brazilian and one for the future. Definitely loan him out. He's a good all-rounder. He could well become a really good player. I think I'd loan him out for a season and then making sure he gets game time because that's really important. If your players aren't getting game time, bring him back because you have better training facilities. So if he's not going to play a game, you're better off doing it at Chelsea than, you know, whoever, Rotherham or whoever. I'd loan him out for the first season, and then the second season I'd play him in a few cup games, start getting him involved, but give him a good tutor. You know, who would be a good tutor for him? How old's Hazard? Yes, a Fabregas, Hazard, Willian, Oscar. Probably not quite old enough to really improve his stats and determination. Salah is another one that's out on loan. They don't have... No, so they don't have an option to buy. And I actually think he's really good. He's only 23. He's a quality player. He's got okay-ish determination and work rate. But lots of technical skill, bags of pace. I think he can come back and do a good job for you. Loic, so onto the striking options. We've got Loic Remy, who's an okay backup. Nothing more, really. You could cash in on him if you wanted some money, but he's a decent backup. Falcao, decent player, poor physicals. I'd give him... You've got him on loan. I'd probably just have him as a backup, to be honest. And then obviously the beast that is Diego Costa, who's going to bag you a ton of goals. He is brilliant. I think so. The areas overall that we need strengthening. So if you're going to be playing two up top, you need to sign a striker, probably a first choice striker alongside Diego Costa. And the other position I'd get is a left back, first choice left back. I think that. And Baba Rahman can be the sort of backup to him. I think you're just a weak on the fullbacks. You're just a little bit weak. And also, I'd probably sell Gary Cahill and bring somebody else in that will be third choice, maybe a bit younger, that can improve. Because Gary Cahill's obviously 29, so he's not going to get any better. But other than that, really good side. Only need to get Champions League. I think it's... And you've got a crap ton of money. So that about sums it up, I think. Let me know your thoughts on Chelsea. What do you think of their team this year? Who's overrated? Who's crap? Also, I'll be doing the whole Premiership, but if there's any particular team you want me to do next, let me know in the comments and I will get on it. And also, I'll probably drop down to do other sort of championship clubs and stuff like that. Please like and subscribe and follow and all that goodness. It would be very much appreciated as a new YouTuber. I plan to make a ton of FM videos, lots of different stuff in the works. Production's going to get better. I'm buying a new computer that's quieter, so I don't have to have my mic so low because it sounds like a whirlwind. But yeah, please come and join me on this journey. Thank you very much. I'm going to get onto the Man City one now, so that'll be up in the next couple of hours. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.